Welcome to Indosa, from Indonesia to USA. Hi everyone, back again with me, Phoebe Stephanie, and today we have
Clover Slaughter.
Yes as my guest speaker. And if you watch or listen to Club Ambition podcast, you might be familiar with our background here because today we have a little change of layout and we use my mentor's podcast studio. So, happy Easter for everyone who celebrates it. This is Good Friday, right, Clover?
Yep, Good Friday. No
Yes.
school today.
No school today. That's very fun. Finally we can get up and
Just a nice day off.
Yeah,
Long
just-
weekend.
yes, and I feel like everything's very nice today because the weather is also nice in Rhode Island, especially in North Smithfield. It's a little bit windy, I would say.
Yeah, it was a little bit rainy this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And then the rain went away and now it's nice and sunny. So
That's nice, yeah. And our episode, the third episode of this podcast, oh my god, I'm very glad. I couldn't even believe that I made it this far, but it's been only 3. Happy holiday. And we're going to talk about holiday today because it's Good Friday and Easter is coming up. So, Clover, do you have any favorite holidays?
well, not any particular holiday, but I do really like the 4th of July. Because it's nice because it's in the summer and I love watching the fireworks. So
I love watching fireworks too. Well, when I was younger, I didn't really like fireworks because it kind of scares me.
yeah.
Because it's loud and it's big, and I've heard lots of bad news with fireworks. You know how people light them up and it blew up on their hands or something like that.
What?
Yeah, it's it happened a lot in Chinese New Year, in a New Year's Eve in Indonesia. Sometimes in Chinese New Year's and stuff, and also in Eid Adha, which is coming up because it's Ramadan right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do play a lot of fireworks, but as a kid, I played the sparklers a lot.
Yeah, sparklers. We used to just try and spell our names with them.
Oh yes, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. 4th of July. So what do you do besides watching fireworks usually?
Well, when I was younger, when I lived in Washington, me and my mom and my sisters, we used to drive down to Oregon and we would go to the beach with a large group of our family friends and we would go camping there, and then on the 4th of July we would go down to the beach and we would all watch the fireworks. There would be so many people on the beach.
Oh my god,
It
that
was
sounds
awesome.
really fun. Yeah. And 4th of July, I think it's pretty similar how you celebrate it and how we celebrate 17th of August. That's Indonesian Independence Day. We usually have games for little kids, especially in school. We used to play traditional games, and it's really, really fun. I could show some pictures later on the podcast.
Yep.
And yeah, but I also have a favorite holiday.
What is your favorite holiday?
As a Buddhist, I really love Waisak, or sometimes it's spelled Vesakh. I don't really know how you pronounce it here or something like that, but in Indonesia we call it Waisak, and it celebrates the birth of Pangeran Siddhartha or Siddhartha Prince, and how Siddhartha became a Buddha, and the Buddha passed away. It all happened, as we believe it, in one night. It's during the full moon. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It just passed, and I really love one thing that we do during that particular holiday. We do pradaksina, and we usually don't wear any shoes or anything like that, and we have this lotus flower with a candle on it, and then we walk around the temple, and in my temple there's this lotus pool, and we go around it 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I really like to spend it with my family too, because we usually go to the temple together.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, but one of my family members in 2019 married a Catholic, and ever since then, she celebrates Christmas. And I also celebrate Christmas because as a kid, I love this, just spend holiday. And in Indonesia, during Christmas time, it's break time, so I could go and celebrate it with her in another town and her husband, who's a Catholic. And it's really, really fun. Although Christmas is not really big in Indonesia, we still celebrate it, and lots of people, Muslim, Buddhist, Christian, Catholic, even Hindu, and Konghucu people, they celebrate it too by going to the people who celebrate it. They usually have an open house, so you just go and then eat cookies and then talk and stuff like that. And kind of looking here, Christmas is really, really big.
You'd say it's a lot bigger here than there?
A lot bigger and advertised way more than in Indonesia. Like, you're a Christian. Do you celebrate Christmas, right? Yeah?
Yes, but I think that here, like, a lot more people celebrate Christmas in the sense of just like, oh, Santa Claus, rather than like the more religious side of it. Like, I mean, in Rhode Island, there's a lot of Catholics, or just different denominations of Christianity, but, like, a lot more people say Santa than like, oh, this is Jesus' birthday. So
Yeah, I think Christmas is one of the ways that people just take the opportunity and gather with family.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's what we do too with my host family. We celebrated Christmas, and I'm so, so happy and excited when I saw like all of the presents underneath the Christmas tree and stuff. And my family member who's now like celebrates Christmas and stuff, we don't have the big Christmas tree like most people do here. Like,
You guys don't put up Christmas trees?
she just bought like small decoration of a Christmas tree and puts it in like a table. And also Christmas, I was really, really excited to find the elf every day.
Oh, your family does the elf on the
Yes, elf on the shelf. It's really, really cool.
shelf? Yeah. I like when we were younger, when me and my sisters were younger, we like begged my mom for one. So we have one now, but yeah.
I think it's a really good thing to train your kid.
It's like a fun thing. Like, it's just fun.
And like for a month, they will be acting good because
Yeah.
Santa's watching you. If you're a bad kid, then you're not gonna get presents and stuff.
So in Indonesia, do you guys not like celebrate like with Santa? Like, if you don't put up like Christmas trees normally, do you not like give gifts and like say Santa, like believe in Santa? Believe in. But.
I think most Christians and Catholics in Indonesia believes in Santa Claus and stuff. Like, they tell the stories to their kids, so their kids believe in Santa. But about gift giving, not everyone does it. But in my school, because there are some of my friends who are Christian, Catholics, we do have like a gift exchanging party and stuff like that. So we do have a Secret Santa. And I actually didn't do Secret Santa this year. We did a Yankee swap.
Oh, nice.
With my friend, yeah.
That sounds fun.
It is pretty fun. I didn't know that it existed
Oh, really?
before. Yeah, I'm like, so how does that work again? But it's really fun because it's like new experience for me. Yeah. And how Christmas is really, really big here, it reminds me of how Ramadan is really big in Indonesia.
Yeah. Because, like, the large Muslim population, right?
Yes, so most Indonesians are Muslim, so we celebrate Ramadan a lot bigger than how we celebrate Christmas. And this is like Ramadan time. I've seen lots of my exchange student friends and even my friends in Indonesia. They start to post like, oh, a day in my life fasting with me.
Yeah.
And since I was a kid, I really want to try to fast. But I don't know. I can't get up in like 4 or 5 in the morning and just
Yeah.
eat. I don't know why. It makes me have a tummy ache.
Do people, like how here, people that aren't Catholic or Christian, like here everyone celebrates, or unless you're like Jewish or something, most people celebrate like Santa and Christmas. Do people there tend to fast even if they're not Muslim?
No, usually only Muslim people fast, but because there are lots of Muslim people in Indonesia, we developed this like understanding
Yeah.
between religions. So if you go to Indonesia during this month, you will find like restaurants having curtains
Yeah.
and stuff like that, so that people who fast,
It's like more respect for them.
yeah, be more respected in Indonesia. Because yeah, and like even me at school, during Ramadan time,
Like you wouldn't eat lunch at school?
we would eat lunch at school, but usually some of my friends who eat in the class. So in Indonesia, a little context before this, we stay in one classroom the whole day, and the teachers go back and forth. Like, yeah,
That's interesting.
we have different teachers for different subjects, and so they will leave the classroom and come to another class.
Some schools did that during COVID.
Ah, yeah. I mean, I think it is easier to regulate COVID with that type of
Yeah.
education system. So most of my teachers in my school are Muslim, even though the kids who goes to my school, Budi Bhakti High School in Samarinda, are Buddhist. But the teachers mostly are Muslim. So my friends who usually eat lunch in the class, they don't. Because sometimes the teachers are still there or something like that. We just won't drink or eat in the classroom while our teacher is there. It's not like we feel we are not able to do that or we are obligated to respect them, but it's just we've been taught like that
Yeah.
since we were children. Like, oh, you
I
have to
mean-
respect people.
Yeah, like I think it's more a matter of respect. Like I think that here, unfortunately, people tend to have a little bit less respect for other people's religions. And also though, because it's not the majority here, like there's no like need for it. But I mean there, when it's such a like large part of like the culture and the majority.
I really like that about Indonesia, how we respect each other, because in Indonesia you have to have a religion. You can't be like agnostic or atheist because we have this like Indonesian constitution, and the first one was the first thing that was stated in the constitution was that Indonesia believes in God. So that's why we have to have a religion that says there is God.
That's interesting.
Yes, there are 6 legal religions in Indonesia. Buddhism, Muslim, Christianity, Catholic, Konghucu, and Hindu. 6. We might add some, hopefully, right? But for now, there are 6 of it. Yeah, and I'm a Buddhist. I'm a proud Buddhist. We go to temple and stuff every week. But here, I think we have different we have different kind of respect in America. Like here, people tend to respect more about how other people want to be seen, like as gender and pronunciation,
Yeah, rather than religion.
rather than religion. Yes.
I think that here people have made religion much less of like importance than it used to be. Because like I mean, religion is like the basis of like so many countries and like great nations, right? And like America was really like founded off of religious freedom, so it kind of just became so much like religious freedom that it was like we don't care. Like we don't care about religion. Let's focus on these other things. Like now, like gender and like sexual orientation and like how you see yourself and others.
Yeah, I talk about that a little bit previously in my second episode, Fashion as Expression. We talk about how fashion was like how people express themselves, and I feel like it's pretty good, and it will be nice if we have the same respect in Indonesia as how we respect people with religions, with how people want to be, pronounced or something like that. Although in Indonesia, it's still taboo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and recently, have you seen the news about Arabic country? Like,
I do not look at the news.
Oh, it's about like this country that has never been involved in Miss Universe. This is the first year that they will have a representative from their country.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of people were like, I don't know, maybe torn between, it's probably a good thing, but also this is a Muslim country. So they're like, oh my God, what would they do when it's like the bikini?
Like the swimsuit portion. That's really interesting.
Yeah, and I saw that being posted on Indonesian news, like Instagram. Like, how here we have puberty and Washington Post, something like that on Instagram. That's where I saw that, and I saw the comments from Indonesian people and like, that I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people are being torn apart. But yeah, religion is pretty...
It's funny. This
it
went
is funny.
from holiday to religion. But I mean, like really, like holidays are, religion is a really big part of holidays. And like
most of them.
Culture.
Yeah.
So.
But also, despite from like religion, usually holiday in the United States are, I would say, connected, or like has a really strong connection with the season.
Yeah, definitely. Like spring, we're like, okay, it's spring, so we're gonna have a bunny like come and deliver eggs to people. Like that doesn't make sense, but that's fine.
That's fun, especially when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I realized when I just got here was you guys in school have like a break for almost every season.
Yeah.
Like when we celebrated Halloween, oh my God, I love Halloween so much because of the candies. And I like spooky stuff. I like to watch horror movies and stuff. So when I drove around with my host parents, and every time we see a house decorated, they're gonna be like, oh my God, Phoebe, look at that house. It's decorated with Halloween stuff and stuff. And so my host dad also decorated the house with like all of the Halloween stuff. One time he called me down from my room upstairs like, oh my God, Phoebe, come here. I thought there was like something really
like
important or something like that. He wanted to show me all of the decorations that he made. Like he puts like all of those skeletons and all of the funny stuff. If we go downstairs, there's like a sensory thing that he puts, so it'll make like scary sounds and stuff. It's really funny.
In the city that I used to live in, Washington, like the city was known for, because you know how like here we have like Slatersville that's within North Smithfield, like it's like towns within towns. So there was like an area like that in the city that I lived in that it was known for having the best Halloween decorations in like the whole like county. So people would just come and just drive through just to see the decorations, and it was awesome. So we used to go trick-or-treating there every year because they would always have the best decorations and like the best like candy and everything. It was so fun.
Oh my God. I wish that we do that in Indonesia. I even made like a video for one of my family members that loves Jack the Skeleton.
Oh, like Jack Skellington from...
Oh, yeah, Jack Skellington. I'm sorry, I didn't watch the movie.
No, you're fine.
But I know that he likes it. So every time I drive past this house from school and to school. It's like this.
Oh, they have the
huge
giant
cat.
ones.
Yeah, so I made a video and showed it to him, like send it to him, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's so cute, and like so fun."
My neighbor used to have 2 of those, and then they fell and broke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're like $500, like 20-foot tall skeletons, and they both fell down and broke.
Oh, I think that's why people have the balloon stuff more now, right?
Oh yeah, the like inflatable things.
Yes.
My mom hates those.
Oh, why?
She hates them. I think just because when they're deflated, they just like look like bad because they're just like sitting there in their yard. But like, they're funny. It's like, why? Like, what is that?
And sometimes it's not even like scary stuff. It's
Yeah.
just like Mickey Mouse or some characters.
Or like a ghost. It's like Casper the Friendly Ghost or something.
Oh yeah, I love that movie, Casper.
I think I saw it once a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, but anyways, school breaks. They go
Yes.
from season to season, and then we have winter break, and then now we're gonna have spring break too.
Yep, we have spring break, winter break, like Christmas, midwinter break, summer break, like summer vacation. And then we have technically Thanksgiving break, but it's like a 5-day weekend. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's like a break, but people call it a break. So technically, yeah, it's a break because we get a couple days off school. But
It's really nice though. 5 days. It's almost a week.
yeah, where I used to live, instead of having, I keep saying where I used to live, but
That's fine.
where I used to live, we would, instead of having winter break and midwinter break, like December and February, we had just like 2 weeks of winter break. So Christmas break was 2 weeks long, but we didn't have any break in February, and then we had like a week-long spring break.
That's really awesome.
Yeah,
2
there were a
weeks,
couple
yeah.
of schools there that did 2 breaks, like February and December, but it was much more common there to have 2 weeks and then no February break. I was like shocked when I came here, and I was like, wait, we have February break? And then I saw how short December break was, and I was like, why is this so short? So
Yeah, lots of my friends said to me before March started, like, "Oh my god, this is going to be the worst month." And I'm like, "Why?"
we don't have a break.
Because we don't have a break. And I'm like,
But it's almost done. Like, it's going by pretty quickly.
it is. It's March 29th now, right?
Yep.
Yep.
March 29th. Oh my gosh, it's almost April.
It is almost April. And
I can't believe Easter's so early this year. It's crazy.
oh yeah, probably has something to do with the groundhog.
Yes, that lovely American superstition.
I didn't know anything about Groundhog Day until people were like talking about it. Oh my god, Groundhog Day! Happy Groundhog Day!
I don't think there's any need to know anything about Groundhog Day. Like, it is just a pointless, but it's fun. Like, it's fun to be like, oh, what's the groundhog gonna say? But like, it says the same thing every year, so.
Some people say not groundhog. Some people say hedgehog, and I'm like,
That's not correct.
I was a little confused. So it's groundhog or a hedgehog? But then I look at the calendar and it says groundhog. It's really nice. It's about the
Hedgehogs are a lot cuter than groundhogs, so.
oh, I should put a picture of both as a comparison.
Here's a groundhog. Here's a hedgehog. Ta-da!
Oh, one of my family has a hedgehog for a pet. It's really cute. And talking about pets, I just remembered about how I played with like a puppy during Thanksgiving
Oh,
in our family house. Yeah, it's really, really cute. And I love how Thanksgiving was celebrated here because we don't have
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
it's a good holiday.
Thanksgiving
Get
is
to
a
eat
really,
good food, so
yeah, Thanksgiving is a really American holiday.
it is.
I watched a movie, a cartoon movie about like turkeys, about how Thanksgiving was created. It's really cool. It's called Freebirds.
Nice.
And
Thanksgiving is just like its kind of creation was like, oh, okay, like that's cool. And then like it was a very distinct point in history. It was like there was the before, and then there was Thanksgiving, and then there was that, like just the like turn in history with relations between like pilgrims and Native Americans. So
but now people celebrate it
differently. It's like Columbus Day, like how people get upset over Columbus Day with like Columbus didn't really discover America. I don't know. Like, I mean, people could say the same about Thanksgiving. Like, Thanksgiving is a sham. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we get to eat good food and celebrate being thankful. So,
Oh yeah, I get to eat turkey for the first time during Thanksgiving.
what'd you
So,
think?
It's like chicken.
I don't like turkey.
I think I don't mind. There is a difference. Like I could tell there is a difference, but I couldn't like spot what's the difference.
Yeah.
It's like me eating duck and chicken because duck is really popular in Indonesia. Like wherever you go, like a restaurant, something like that.
Chicken is here.
Yes, they would have both chicken and duck, and then cow, like
Yeah,
meat,
like-
beef.
Like steak, beef. That's
Yes.
really popular here.
We don't really have a lot of pork because pork is haram.
Oh, yep.
Muslim people don't eat them. We do have those, but not as much as we do here. And so when I ate turkey, I'm like, oh, it's kind of like a combination between chicken and
Yeah.
duck. And it's really good. I really love how we have mashed potatoes and like the, what's it called?
Gravy.
Gravy, yes. Oh my god, I love gravy so much.
Yeah. Oh, man. I love mashed potatoes. Like, I mean, I feel like potato is just, it's potato. So, like, potato's good in any way, shape, or form. But mashed potatoes, they're good. Especially when it's not, like, the, like, instant mashed potatoes, like, the, like, powder that you, like, mix with water. That stuff's nasty. But you haven't had that?
No, I haven't.
I'm glad that you haven't, because it's not good. But, like, when you actually take potatoes and just, oh, so good.
Yeah, my host mom is a really, really, really good chef. Like, well, she's not an actual chef, but
She's a good cook.
she's a really good cook. Yeah, like, I love her food. So, Thanksgiving, but she didn't cook the dinner we had for Thanksgiving. My host aunt and uncle did it, which is really, really good too. But she did made some turkey and stuff. Like during St. Patrick's Day, we had not Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day dinner in my household.
Really?
Yeah, and we ate turkey instead of what do you usually eat? Think St. Patrick's Day. They eat something particular because I
So
know.
I had never heard of people having a specific meal on St. Patrick's Day until this year when people were talking about it, and I was like, what is that? Like, I've never heard of that before.
Oh,
Well, also, though, here, compared to where I used to live, St. Patrick's Day is much bigger here because there's so many Irish people here. Like, there is so many people, like, with Irish descent, like, that came from Ireland. So, yeah, it's just a lot different. Like, where I used to live, I don't even know. There's, like, French people or something. Like, there's no Irish people. But, like,
there are lots of French people too here, I think.
yeah, there are.
Like
And,
French, Canadian.
French, Canadian, Italian, Irish. People here care a lot more about where they came from than where I used to live.
Ah, like their heritage.
Yeah.
But
They're like, oh, my family's from here. I'm like, I don't care where I'm from. I'm from a lot of different places, so.
But I do remember somebody in our school or from our school talked about how they appreciate in North Smithfield High School there are more diversity now than before.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Like, because North Smithfield is such a, like, very white town. I don't
No
mean to be
offense.
like, yeah, sorry, I'm sorry, but it's a very white place. But I think that even like since I've gone into high school, I've noticed a lot more because I don't even know. Like, I think it's just like it definitely has gotten more diverse. Like, you ask anyone, like, if I look at my mom's yearbook, it's like, oh, look at all those white people. Like, not very diverse. And now, like, it's still not a very diverse place. Like, sorry, but it's a lot more diverse than it used to be, which is definitely something that like you can appreciate. I'm not saying you can appreciate, I'm just saying people in general can appreciate.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
I really appreciate diversity as well. That's actually my research paper for my senior project, is about how cultural diversity impacts children. And in research that they found the US would be more diverse by 2030, I think, rather than having white
Yeah.
people. Like, I'm like, oh, really? I just know that. And how statistically kids who are influenced by more cultural differences as a kid is actually better in like social skills and academic skills. They ace better. Anyway, St. Patrick's Day recipes. Corned beef and cabbage.
Oh yes, corned beef and cabbage. One of my teachers was talking about that. I was like, what is that? I couldn't even tell you what that is. Like, I have never had that. I've never seen it, and I don't plan on having it. Like, that does not sound yummy to me.
Oh, I know a couple exchange students that shared their experience with corned beef and cabbage. Some of them said, oh, it's really salty. And some of them like, oh, it's like the perfect recipe. Like, it's similar to Indonesian recipes that uses lots of spices and stuff like that. I don't know which one is true because I haven't tried those. Because my host parents are not Irish and we ate turkey instead. So
I want to try Indonesian food.
oh my god, you should. I could cook you some of Indonesian food, like simple ones, because I'm not a really good cook.
I like trying like food from different places. Like, my dad, near where he lives, there's like a place that has a really, really good Afghan food. Like, oh my gosh. And my dad, like way back when, like not a couple years ago, like, I don't know, I'm 14. It happened when I was a baby. So like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago, he was deployed in Afghanistan for like a long time, like for multiple years. So he would come back and like he's told me so many times like, oh, Afghan food is so good, you have to try it. So then we went to this place, we tried Afghan food, and I was like, this is so good. And like also like Pakistani food. Like, I have a friend here that her family's Pakistani, and her mom has made us some Pakistani food, and it is so good. Like, oh my gosh. So I'm not just saying like, oh, Afghan and Pakistani, those are the only foreign foods I've tried, but like, I really like trying like foods from different cultures. And when Malik, when another exchange student showed us some of his, where is he from? Wait, hold on. Tunisia.
Yes.
he let us try some of his Tunisian sauce.
Yeah, spicy sauce.
Yeah, it was
Spicy
so
taste.
good.
It was so
Like,
good.
Oh man. And you've made me like a tiny bit of Indonesian stuff. Like,
I've made her nasi goreng, which translates to fried rice. It is one of the best Indonesian recipes, I would say, in Indonesia.
and it's not just any fried rice. It's Indonesian fried rice.
It's Indonesian. Yes, because we have lots of fried rice. You have Korean kimchi fried rice. You have Japanese fried rice with like those beef and like it's like basically a hot plate fried rice usually. We have Indonesian fried rice. We have Malaysian fried rice. Because we're Asian countries, it's like, similar cultures. It's just how I think geographically impacts
They
the
like
food.
adapt to like
Yeah.
what resources are available to them.
Yes, I agree. Like the spices, the beef,
Yeah.
the eggs, and stuff like that. Yeah, I will talk more about food in my next episodes. I haven't
Fine.
decided, like maybe fourth or fifth. No, that's fine. But if you want to, you're welcome to join us. Because, a little spoiler, another guest speaker from previous episodes will be there too. So it's gonna be a really fun combination, I would say. Yeah, because food, if you talk about culture, you will definitely talk about food. And it's 6:57 right now. We haven't had dinner, so I agree with Clover. I'm also hungry.
Again, we went from holidays to food.
But holiday is usually celebrated with food too.
That's true.
Like Chinese New Year, one of my favorite holidays as well. We usually have big family dinner.
I know nothing about Chinese New Year.
Oh my god.
Like, I do not know anything about that holiday.
So Chinese New Year, it changes, the date changes every year because we look at the lunar calendar instead of the Gregorian calendar. So this year, I can't remember what exact date was Chinese New Year. I know that it was February. And we usually celebrate it by going to houses and houses, families and friends. And we do this. You can try to do it with me. 恭喜发财.
I'm not going to try to say that. Because I feel like I'm going to butcher that. And I don't want to butcher that.
恭喜发财 means I hope you get rich.
I hope you get rich.
I hope you get rich too. So it's really funny. Most people think that 恭喜发财 means Happy New Year. No. Happy New Year in Chinese is 新年快乐. So 新年 means New Year. 快乐 means like Happy New Year, happy. So 新年快乐. So what we say 恭喜发财 is hope you get like lucky and prosperous this year. And that's just, I think, really funny and interesting. And then if you say that usually to like older people to get red pocket money.
I hope you get rich. Oh, like the things.
Yes. So married couples in Chinese tradition, they have to give out red pocket money to the single ones, or like usually children. And it's not like a lot of money, especially when you're not closely related to the person, but it's still fun when you do it because it's a tradition. And usually in my temple back in Samarinda, it's called Vihara Mula Dharma, and we celebrate Chinese New Year together. We have like moms line up, like really like lots of moms lining up, and they will have little children, maybe age 6 to 12, 14, and they will go from mom to mom saying 恭喜恭喜恭喜发财恭喜阿姨, and then these moms are like, oh 恭喜, and then giving out like red pocket money.
That's fun.
Yeah, I always love that holiday because I get money. Who doesn't like money?
Yeah.
Okay. So we also have like the intimate family dinner.
Yeah.
Just family, and yeah, it's really fun. The red pocket money thing is also adapted by Muslim people in Indonesia. So Ramadan, Eid Adha, we will have like this open house again. We will go from houses to houses, and some elderly people would give out these green pocket money because Muslim is identical with green or gold. It's like North Smithfield logo, green and gold. But it's like green, and I think it just adapted in the recent years. Because I remember when I was in maybe elementary school, every time I go to our friends and family houses who are Muslim, they don't have that. They just have like cookies, and then we usually eat this traditional food, soto. It's really, really good. I unfortunately cannot make one for you because I'm really bad at it. But if you have the chance to go to like, there's little Indonesia. I forgot where it is, but it's a little far from here, like 4-hour drive. Little Indonesia. It's in New Hampshire. Yes, it's in New Hampshire. It's a little Indonesia. And I went there once with my host parents because we wanted to go skiing. So we drove past this restaurant and we ate there. The owner is Indonesian. And I feel like if you want to eat something foreign to you, you should eat something that is made by the native people who live there and they know how it is cooked and stuff. Because even in Indonesia, when I try Chinese food for like Chinese New Year or something like that, and it's not being made by Chinese people, it's not going to be the same. Because it's adapted.
It's like Americanized.
Yes, and I ate Chinese food here. Not like Chinese food at all. I'm sorry.
That's what Americans do. We just take things and claim them.
Well, not all.
We just take things from other countries and Americanize them and then pretend it's still theirs. Also, I realized this whole time I have not actually been talking into the microphone. I've been talking this way.
Because this is like a, chill podcast.
We're just chatting.
Like talking. Yeah. This is what I did when I stayed with Clover's family for a week. Back in January, we just talk every single day.
We never shut up.
We
talk for hours. Actually, we did talk for hours.
We did.
We were like, let's watch a movie. And then we sat down at the table for like 3 hours and talked about...
sharks. We talked about sharks.
Like, the most random things. Well, I never shut up about sharks and the ocean, so...
Ooh. That reminds me, Indonesia has lots of islands. So we're always surrounded by...
Yeah, that's also part of the reason why I want to go to Indonesia. I want to go diving in Indonesia. Like, oh my gosh. Like, diving in Indonesia seems like it would be so beautiful.
I think it's really nice if you go to Indonesia during this time because it's Ramadan. You get to experience what Ramadan is in Indonesia. Because usually around this time, actually, like 5 o'clock-ish, people will go out and like make little stands and sell food. And
because it's like around the time,
break their fast.
Now it's 7 o'clock, but like at that time, people would be breaking their fasts.
Yes. So there's this term, takjil. It's, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, people please comment below if I'm wrong. Takjil is like the food to break your fast, and it's usually sweet because they like to break their fast with something sweet.
Last year, me and my mom and our exchange student from last year, Kara, we went and we had dinner with some friends, like a Muslim family that we were friends with at the time because they had an exchange student from Indonesia. You know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. So we went and we had dinner with them, and it was during Ramadan, so we got to be there while they were breaking their fast. And we actually had dinner with them twice during Ramadan. Yeah, and it was cool. Like, it was really interesting to, like, be there while they were breaking their fast. And also, that was my first time seeing a Muslim prayer. So me and Kara were both, like, a little bit confused at first, and then we were like, oh. And then we both were like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't realize that you guys were praying, and then we felt really bad, but...
I think praying, different religions, but they usually kind of seem similar, right? Like Christian, Catholic, they do this, or like this, and then Muslim people do this, and then Buddhists do this. It's always like something with their hands.
They were doing, like, their full-on, like, on the ground prayer.
Oh, you mean salat.
I have no idea what it's called. I'm sorry. I apologize if anything that I have said offends any Muslim person, but I do not know anything about your religion. So
yeah, they do salat. It's a little bit different. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Also, there's this term buka bersama or bukber. It's literally translates to breaking their fast together. And me, as a Buddhist, I love going to bukber because that's when me and my friends would just go out and eat together. And it's like,
Food is a great way to bond.
yeah, perfect timing. So, in my group of friends, we have 2 of our friends who are Muslim, and these 2 are the only ones who actually break their fast. And they're girls. So, sometimes when they have their period, they wouldn't fast. But we still have this bukber, just gathering and then eat together and like watching other people breaking their fast. And it's really fun, I think, to break your fast with someone you love. It's a really great bonding situation. Yeah, we talked a lot about holidays. We talked a lot about other things too. That's what happened when you talked to Clover.
That's me. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I think this is a really fun experience. I love talking to you.
I love talking to you.
Thank you. All right. Maybe I'll see you again in the next episode. We can talk more about food.
Maybe.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching Indausa Podcast and see you next episode.